Once upon a time, there was a bear named Harold. Harold worked at a local hardware store. Harold and his wife saved up money to fulfill their lifelong dream of opening a honey business. However, opening a business was a little more difficult than they expected. Luckily, Harold's sister Hannah was an accountant. With this in mind and just enough savings in their account, Harold and Holly had enough confidence to take the risk of being entrepreneurs and open Harold and Holly's Honey. Hannah explained all of the steps they needed to take as entrepreneurs. Their first order of business was to purchase items for their honey business. They knew these were called explicit costs because these expenditures were directly related to running their business. They wrote a list for all of the items that would be fixed costs and all of those that would be variable costs. Then they added the costs to get their total costs, so they had a guide of how much honey they need to produce and how much it costs so they can earn a substantial profit. Once they purchased all their items, they set up their bee farm and honey stand and were ready for bee business. After the first 3 months, Holly and Harold sat down with Hannah to calculate their success so far.
Let's see how you guys have done.
I think we've been doing well.
Yeah, tons of people come by every day.
And we sell out each week.
It'd be a surprise if we weren't doing great.
Well, let the numbers talk. First, we need to talk about total revenue.
Total revenue? Well, what's that?
Well, total revenue measures how much money you've made, so how many jars have you sold and for how much?
Well, we sell out before the week is even up, and we make 30 jars a week. We sell each jar for $6.
According to that math, you guys should be making about $180 a week. In a month, you should be making $720.
Oh, I see. So total revenue is just the quantity of products multiplied by the price.
$720 sounds like a good profit.
Oh no, that isn't your profit. To calculate your profit, you have to consider how much you spent.
Does this mean our costs?
Yes, so let's talk about all your honey expenses.
Well, every jar container costs us $2. The cost of ribbons, labels, and markers to decorate each jar is only $1.
Okay, so the cost for you guys to produce each jar of honey is $3, but don't forget about your fixed costs too. How much is the rent for your honey stand?
Our rent is kind of expensive. It's $100 every month.
Alright, so if you make 30 jars a week, that's 120 jars a month. The cost of each jar is $3, so that's $360 in cost a month. Plus another $100 for the rent means your total cost each month is $460. We said earlier that your total revenue is $720 a month. $720 minus $460 is $260. $260 is your profit. But this is just your accounting profit. Accounting profit includes only explicit costs. We can also talk about your economic profit, which also considers your opportunity costs. In this case, Harold's opportunity cost is his job at the hardware store. How much were you earning each month from your hardware store job, Harold?
I brought home $200 a month.
Alright, so your accounting profit, $260, minus the implicit cost of $200, gives you an economic profit of only $60.
But
Don't worry though, this is only your first month. We can adjust the supply to maximize your profit.
How will we do that?
Well, if you guys sold out every week of 30 jars, maybe you should be producing more honey. Do you think you can do that?
it's a little more work, but we can probably produce 50 jars a week if we try really hard.
Okay, let's get to work.
Alright, let's talk about last month's progress. How was business, guys?
Great, we sold 48 jars each week and had 2 left over.
Oh, that must mean you had a surplus. A surplus is when you're producing more than people are willing to consume, so that you have supply left over. In your case, you have a surplus of 2 jars of honey each week.
Oh, I get it. So, what do we gotta do?
Well, your equilibrium point is at a price of $6 and a quantity of 48 jars.
What is equilibrium?
No, not equal library, equilibrium. It means that your supply and demand are equal.
The man? What man?
No, not the man. Demand. Demand is how much of a good consumers will buy at a given price, and supply is the amount of goods offered at a given price.
So, at $6 and 48 jars, we are supplying just as much as people are demanding.
Exactly. That's your equilibrium. Now you know how many jars of honey to produce next month. Next, let's look at your profit for this month.
So we make 48 jars a week. That's 192 jars in a month, right?
You're on the right track.
And we sell them for $6 a jar. So that's
$1,152.
Yeah, guys, and what's that called?
Total revenue.
And then our total costs are $100 in rent and $3 per jar for 200 jars, so that's $600. Total costs are $700. $1,152 in total revenue minus $700 in total costs gives us $452 in profit.
And remember, you'll only be making 48 jars each week of next month. By producing at the equilibrium, you'll reduce your costs and maximize profit. With 48 jars, your cost should add up to about $676 a month. Then, if your total revenue is the same as this month's, which is $1,152, you should have a profit of $476.
That's great. So we're making $476 every month?
Well, no. That depends on whether or not people will buy the same 48 jars each week. Supply and demand may change, and these changes are called shifters. There are 5 shifters of demand and 6 shifters of supply. The shifters of demand are number of consumers, consumers' tastes and preferences, consumers' income, consumers' expectations, and the price of related goods. There are shifters in supply as well. The number of sellers, technology, price of resources, expectations of producers, the prices of other goods, taxes, and subsidies.
Okay, that was a lot of information, but I think we got it. Thanks so much for all your help, Hannah.
Yeah, thanks, Hannah. You've taught us so much.
Anytime, guys. Glad to be teaching you all about the basics of bee business.
Harold and Holly's honey quickly became successful. Within just a few months, they were the
Big booming business on the block.
Harold and Holly were finally happy to be fulfilling their lifelong dream of having their own honey business. The end.